Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you were in. This is the Big Girl Diary, and I most definitely have a good one for you today. Yes, yes, yes. Now, Evan Rachel Wood and Illma Gore are back in it again. Now, this time I gotta say it's for a different reason, and I must say I gotta backtrack and retract something that I said before. Now, I was under the assumption that how can I say that Illma Gore was more of a hmm, how can I put it? Oh snap. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I was having a little issue. I'm sorry, I was having an issue. All right, got that straightened out. All right, so sorry, little issue. Now, Evan Rachel Wood had a special motion. And the special motion, uh, it was quite interesting. She had some wins and losses. And what she was doing in a special motion was trying to edge more out of the stuff that Marilyn Manson was considering for a cause of action. And within that, she caught Marilyn Manson trying to bring that FBI letter back in. But I'm not going to focus on that too much. I am going to talk about the FBI letter, or shall I say the lack thereof of it, and also talk a little bit more about Illma Gore and the groupie. Because I said in other, how can I say, in other streams and videos, I said that it would be very difficult for, I thought, for Maryland to be able to prove it. I'm sorry, I thought someone was knocking at my door. Now, in which I was right, but I get deep into it in my members only. I get deep into it, and then I go into the court cases of what they use to support their finding, and that the judge used to support why the judge ruled the way she did. So I get into that. But let me show you this real quick. All right, where are you? Hmm. Okay, here. This right here is a part of Illma. Now, Illma tried to bring in, okay, before we even go any further, let me bring this up real quick because I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything out or leaving any understanding out. When they talk about judicial notice, this is what it means, because you're going to hear this a lot. Judicial notice, it's in the law of, I'm sorry, let me make this better. I was supposed to be getting my eyes checked today. Okay, it's in the law of evidence, the power of the court to deem the burden of proof to establish as a particular fact without the introduction of evidence. Because the fact is one that is a matter of common knowledge and is easily demonstrated by reference in sources unquestionable authority. So, so what Evan was not Elma, Evan, but Ilma what she was doing was she tried to do this as far as bring it in on judicial evidence, and you'll see the court denies it. I thought it was quite interesting. Now, Gore's request for judicial notice as to exhibits 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. As to the news articles, Gore cites Raglan and US Bank. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. But in the case of appeals, no, okay, I'm going to leave that one alone. Notice we may take judicial notice of the truth of the content of the websites and blogs, including those of the New York Times and Orange County Register. The content of the website and blogs are plainly subject to interpretation and, for that reason, not subject to judicial notice. So they're like, okay, Illma, yeah, but no cigar. So she most definitely tried to get that in. She tried her best. And I have to really stop and think. Because as I was looking at these articles, presenting the articles, doing videos on them, I must say, I did not even think about whether if these articles were more of a plant, just in case if Marilyn Manson were to sue them. Because they did a great job smearing. Oh my goodness. Oh man. My heart goes out to them because these ladies smeared them, smeared them like mayonnaise on a bread. Just smeared them. And some people disagree with me, and it is okay. We all have our own opinions on this situation. We weren't there. We didn't have preview to anything that went on. We only have our opinions based on what we read, what we hear in interviews, what they say back and forth. Now, having said that, I still believe that if Marilyn Manson did not marry Lindsay, none of this would even have occurred. It wouldn't have. But he dared to marry. Going through what he went through with Evan, and that right there must have been a basket case of wahaha, I could only imagine, because she is a heck of a lot younger than him, and oh my goodness, guys and these young women expect the immaturity. Just expect it because they're not on your age, your level, your experience, your level of income, all of that. You got to keep in mind that to you, these ladies are children. And they are. And they are. I leave that one out. I'm going to leave that one to go. Alone, excuse me. Now, here's another excerpt that I got from it. Now, man, after this live stream, I'm getting my eyes checked. Now, it goes on to say the content of the websites, the blogs that are plain subject, the interpretation for the reason not subject to judicial notice. As to the web pages, the plaintiff cites all one God faith and organic substance industry. Okay, the truth of the content is the articles and websites are not proper matters for the judicial notice, and that the facts of the article, the websites were published, is irrelevant to the issue at hand. So I'm trying to find these articles so that we can have a deeper understanding of why they're like, okay, no, these articles, they're not coming in. Apparently, they're not common knowledge, and they have really nothing to do with the relevance of the court case. So what could it actually be? I've been going through my archives of articles that I have saved and the court motions, and it's a lot. And I haven't been able to find it. but hopefully I can locate it before the trial starts so that we can have an idea of why the judge said, no, we're not going to have this at all. You're going to leave this out. No. So now I try to relocate the motion, or shall I say, the judgment of the anti-SLAPP for Marilyn Manson when part of the FBI letter was not allowed in. However, we have to keep in mind that the judge said Marilyn won but lost. Now the letter, the FBI letter, only by itself. She couldn't look at what Brighton Gore said. She couldn't look at what anyone else said. She had to only look at what was going on with the FBI letter. Now, the judge was interested in Marilyn, in Evan Rachel Wood's state of mind. That's big right there. It's huge. It's huge. And I'm thinking, the crafty person that I can be, is that if you're looking into the state of mind, then it can be a way to slip in a question in a slide to where they would make reference to the FBI letter because they would have to introduce it to bring it in, like Amber Heard. She brought in Kate Moss and no one spoke of Kate Moss. They spoke of incidents around Kate Moss, but never said Kate Moss, only incidences pertaining possibly to Kate Moss. So I hope Marilyn Manson's lawyers are able to get them to trip up. I really don't see Illma Gore messing up like that because that woman, like I said earlier in the beginning, that I had to retract what I said. I thought that Illma Gore was being controlled by Evan Rachel Wood. But now as I really look at it, and I'm looking at these motions and these declarations and things that they're saying, I'm getting a different idea about Illma. Illma seems more of the one that's in the driver's seat. Evan Rachel Wood is the one that has the anger and she's targeting it towards Marilyn Manson. And there are people, whenever they get angry, they're reckless and they need someone to help them guide it. Could you? I'm sorry. Sorry about my landline. Guide everything. So I found this one article, and I believe I have it in the description section if you want to look at it. But here, Evan really reaches, and this is only backing up what I'm saying about Evan Rachel Wood. Okay. We have evidence that Miss Wood and Illma Gore collaborated in this letter, he told the court. Wood denies the accusation, saying it was written declaration that she did not circulate the false FBI letter. Now, it's going to be very hard for him to be able to prove it, because what they're saying is that he didn't know about the FBI letter until he filed this lawsuit. Now, I am trying, for some reason here, I don't believe that is true, but I have to have some evidence backing up what I think. Because I believe that Marilyn Manson said that he received mail when he was home that he was being investigated by the FBI, and he had that letter in his hand. But that's something that I think I recall. I'm not sure. but I have to back that up. So let me just put a pin right there. I'm sorry. I totally forgot to take this down. Oh man. I'm sorry. I get so into what I'm saying. So I have to put a pin right there because I can't prove it. So I'm just going to put just allegedly. Okay, I'm going to say it like that. So back to this. I mean, it's really something. But Trugman disputed her denial by telling the LA Superior Court that Teresa uh, Boudreaux, I don't know, I'm not good in French. It would be improper to conclude uh, just for Miss Wood's declaration that she didn't circulate the letter. So, I mean, that right there, in my opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, is absolutely correct. I mean, just through her declaration saying, oh, well, I didn't do this. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Well, any and everyone who's guilty and they're saying that they're innocent, there's something that's going to be called a lie coming out of their mouth. So it's like, oh, come on, come on. But we have to go to the letter of the law, unfortunately. But we need these rules we got to have some kind of civil society, even though when some people do not act in a civil manner. So let me see what else did I want to bring up. Oh, this. Hey Lexi, how you doing? Oh, I did check out the members only video. I go deep into the case law, so go check that out. Make sure you do that, okay? Um, let me see. Where was I going? Now, just just look at this. Just look at this. And it's backing up. I'm trying to back it up what I say. Now, just look at these ladies right here. Who looks more in control of the situation? Is it Ilma or Evan? Just take a look at it. Ilma looks like, oh, I got this. Evan looks like I'm out for vengeance. I rule the day. She just had that look, in my opinion. Oh, okay, Lexi. Okay. All right. Okay, great. Okay. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it. It's extremely informative. And I go through all the motions, so you're gonna like it because you like the background info, and I know you do. So I put that extra for you. Let me see where. Yeah, so just looking at them, I mean, Evan looks like laser focused on the situation, and Ilma's like, this. I can stir her any way I want and get whatever result I want, and I can't prove it, but it's just a thought in the back of my head. And that is, she's out there doing all of these things. She's swatting Marilyn Manson. She's participated in the FBI letter, and even Agent Langer said that Ilma called her and asked questions a week before. So for the judge to go around and say, okay, well, no. Oh, and also, oh my goodness, did I bring this up? Did I bring? Please let dark on it. There is some things in particular I want to show you all, but it's in. Please bear with me. I am so sorry. I thought I had it up and I don't. Okay, where is it? Here it is. Okay, I want to bring something up because this is going to the point of where I'm saying about the groupie in a letter. Oh, no. I try to get everything together before I went live, but normally something messes up. Is this it? Okay, here. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of. Now, if you type something, I won't be able to see it. So just hold on for this. This is okay. Now, Wood, Evan Rachel Wood, counters that the plaintiff cannot backdoor the stricken claims back into the recasting of the FBI letter. Recruitment and groupies allegations as context for the swatting, hacking, and the impersonation of claims that he's suing for. That he's suing for impersonation, he's suing for computer, internet hacking, defamation. So Evan was able to remove some of that through the FBI letter that would have been really damning. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. Oh Lord. I'm just thinking, but that would subvert the process or the purpose of the anti-SLAPP statute. So the anti-SLAPP is, okay, Marilyn Manson is saying what she's saying is she's defaming me, and she's not allowed to defame me. There is laws against that. And what Evan's saying, I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want to say. And even though to a certain extent that is true, but however, the freedom of speech does not at all protect lies. You cannot defame someone's character. But the way they did it, man, the way they did it, or the way the two of them tag teamed the situation, I'll put it like that, to where Illma Gore is running around saying, "Oh, Marilyn Manson, you're a Pedialyte fowler around the park." I can't say it. I'll get dinged by YT. And the FBI letter, oh, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, even though that your twin sister, heard your conversations and all this, but you can't bring that into that situation. You can't. And it's like, oh, so damn frustrating. But let me go back to the court filing. Oh, the plaintiff, the content. Okay. That causes the action to arise from hacking, SWAT. Okay, I already said that. What counters that the plaintiff, okay, backdoor, I already said that. The letter to recruitment and the groupies in swatting. Now, that would subvert the purpose of the anti-SLAPP, which I just stated. Wood notes that refusing to strike any part of the cause of action that rests on a part of the protected activity defeats the legislation goal of protecting the defamation. The defendants, Evan Rachel Wood and Illma Gore, from meritless claims based on such conduct. So, to me, no lawyer. Could you answer the phone, please? No lawyer. But if someone is able to do all these things based on their conduct, and they're saying, okay, but I got that stricken out. That has been struck down, so you can't reintroduce that. So why are you trying to reintroduce it, Marilyn? I got it taken out. Ha ha ha. Let me stop. This is just it's really frustrating. For me, I'm really frustrated by this because we all know that she did it, but the judge can't take any other evidence but what is at hand, and that's unfortunate. Now, the plaintiff, Marilyn Manson, who asserts that Wood cannot strike all allegations concerning the fake FBI letter because the claim arises from, arises therefrom will remain against Gore, regardless of the outcome of the claims and Wood's motions. And that right there is a great point. Because even though that Evan Rachel Wood is saying that you can't do this, but some of it still falls on Illma Gore. Now, Illma Gore is only going off of what Evan Rachel Wood said. So it's like this infinity circle, between the two of them. That is why I say is that, to me, Illma Gore is the one that is shifting all this stuff, in my opinion. I can't prove it. Well, based on this right here, but I can't prove it. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, you cannot. Now, let me see where else. Now, this FBI letter is huge for Marilyn Manson, and it's sad that they got that part taken out. But keep in mind, the judge said, okay, the FBI letter, this portion's out, but her mental state is in. We need to understand why. And now the law is starting to go towards people's intent in civil cases. Like whenever you're have some kind of issue, you break the law or whatever, and now people are like, okay, you went to the grocery store and you stole the food. Okay, you're going to jail. But now it's like you went to the grocery store, you stole the food, but why did you steal it? And then comes in, well, I lost my job, I don't have any money. Now, thing is this, Evan Rachel Wood, they're like, you wrote this FBI letter. Well, no, I didn't. Well, I see on the iPad that you and Illma collaborated to do this. I didn't do it. And I believe at some point that, oh man, I'm hoping for an Amber Heard to where they just simply just offer up the information because it really needs to be offered up. Oh my goodness. So that portion of it. Now, I know I keep on bringing up the FBI letter. The FBI letter, in my opinion, is the key that connects the entire case together. Without the FBI letter, then you have a hard time proving the Phoenix Rising and all the women saying that, oh, well, he did this to me, he did that to me, he did that to me, based on the FBI letter. Now, it also goes into why Illma Gore did all the stuff that she did, swatting and this, that, and the other. Oh, okay, that's a bit stretched. Let me peel that one back. But that FBI letter is pivotal. It's like I can't believe she's getting away with all this stuff. Oh my goodness. And the fact that they're still investigating. I hope Agent Langer sues Evan Rachel Wood for using her likeness. I hope she does. She has to get something. I just don't like people doing evil like that. Okay, where is the groupie part? Because the groupie part is like it. It just makes you question. Oh man, even though I understand why the judge did uh, judge the way she did, it does make sense. I just don't like it. Okay, here. Okay, they bring in a Shepard versus Freeman as far as Marilyn Manson's lawyers cite Shepard versus Freeman, which is a court case dealing with the pilots, and there was some defamation going on, and it caused the pilot emotional distress, and they used that court case and what went on there for Marilyn Manson here. Okay. Okay, with a court case or with a court of appeals, okay, let me move past that. The plaintiff asserts that each of Wood's arguments that the plaintiff cannot establish various evidence of his claims against her has nothing to do with the various or the vicarious liability. Nothing to do with the, I'm sorry, the vicariousness of the liability. For Wood, so to be liable for Gore's misconduct, the plaintiff, Marilyn, would need to show information in operation of a conspiracy. 2, wrongful conduct in furtherance the conspiracy. 3, the danger arising from the wrongful conduct. Okay, now let's help me out here. Help me out here. Now we have the formation and the operation of the conspiracy. What do you think? Let me write this down. The formation. Oh man. The formation and the. What do you think on that? Please put something down in the chat if you have something to add to that as far as why Evan Rachel would be liable for Illma Gore saying the things that she said. Let's just play devil's advocate. Formation. And okay, the formation and operation of a conspiracy. Now, to conspire, it means one or two or more people are confederate in wrongdoing. Okay, I'm going to put it like that. And them actually doing it. So, can you? What are your thoughts on that? Did they show, or in your belief, did Illma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood, did they conspire to defame Marilyn Manson and cause him emotional distress in this part of the situation dealing with the movie groupies? What do you think? What is your belief? Why is this not acting about me? But all right. And the wrongful conduct in furtherance the conspiracy. So Illma Gore, in my opinion, she did further the conspiracy by the movie groupie, by her swatting Marilyn, by her going out in public calling him a Pedialyte filer around the park. She did those things. She did. So they have to find a way to prove it. And I hope they can. I really hope they can. So what are your thoughts on this? Okay. I'll go ahead and continue. Now, if you make a comment, I won't be able to see. All right. Okay, the wrongful and furtherance of the conspiracy damaging. Now, Uh, Spencer and Moab, uh, Marilyn Manson's lawyers used this case law to further their point, further citation. Now, Spencer and Moab is, it was out there in California. There was this fight. There was this fight, and Spencer was hurt. Now, Moat was a part of a group of people that were going around the beach and keeping people from coming in. They were on surfboards. They were surfing around, hitting people, running them over. It's kind of interesting how you run somebody over in the water with a surfboard, but thinking about that little thing coming down, you can really mess people up with that. So he used that case law, which I go into members only. I go into, okay. Now, let me see, where was I? Okay, Moab. Okay, where the Court of Appeals noted that the elements of liability under conspiracy are the formation and operation of conspiracy, wrongful conduct, for conspiracy, and damages arising from the wrongful conduct. Now, they bring in this as well to say, okay, these things happened. I was damaged. My reputation was damaged. I lost work. I lost a whole lot out of this. So this right here really, you have to really take this, judge. You really got to look at it, because I do art. I can't even get my art showing in the back alleyway next to the wet meat in Calcutta. It's terrible. It's really terrible. So here are the elements. So, okay, and as the elements of formation and operation of the conspiracy, the plaintiff asserts that Marilyn Manson asserts that Gore used the falsehood about groupies to recruit prospective accusers on behalf of Wood and her Phoenix Rising Act entity. The plaintiff cites the portion of Gore in October 25th, 2022, the deposition, which I don't have access to, the transcripts that supports this assertion. The plaintiff also cites that Gore's testimony that I've told? I guess it's told, it's kind of blacked out a little bit. I told people that I believe, this is Illma's words, I believe the participant in the video was underage. And when I asked, I don't know, I don't know, who told to you, Gore responded, I said that Catherine McGaffin and I believe Evan Rachel Wood and Esme Bianco, and that's in, oh man. Okay, the plaintiff asserts that Wood saw the film and did tell Gore the actress was of age, and cites in a testimony, did Miss Gore ever, and they're asking Evan Rachel Wood in her deposition, did Miss Wood ever tell you that she saw the video? And Illma said yes. And the question, and did she tell you that the actress in the video was underage? Here's the interesting part. Illma says, I don't recall the specific conversation about groupies with Miss Wood. Now, to me, that is like screaming, I'm lying. Because she's saying all these things. Oh, yeah, Miss McAfee said this and was very clear and concise on everything that she was saying. Very clear. But now it's like, I don't recall if she told me that the actress was underage. No, you would know. If somebody saw a video and the person that told you, that saw it, said, "Oh yeah, the actress was underage," that would sear in your head. You would look at that person like you are a freaking scumbag. Why would you have that young girl in that position doing these things on video? I mean, you probably take a bat and start beating them with it. I mean, the normal person would. So I have a problem. Well, that's just me. I have a problem with that. I don't know about you. And I'm pretty sure you would have a problem with that as well. So, I mean, I just thought that was really, really interesting. But let me get to the closer part to where the judge rules. Um, okay, what counters failing to correct the statement does not demonstrate a conspiracy to defame particular absent evidence that Wood knew the statement was false or was being made was being made to anyone else. So here it goes back to this infinity thing between Evan Rachel Wood and Illma Gore, that Evans, Ilma's like, well, I don't recall it. And then Evans said, well, no. And here you can't demonstrate the conspiracy because the two of them are in sync. They are. Illma, you're crafty. Oh, you're crafty. So Wood cites Cadrone and Movie Acquisition Corps, 1995. I didn't look at that, but where the Court of Appeals note that the basis of a civil conspiracy is the formation of a group or two or more persons who have agreed to a common plan or design to commit a tortious act. The conspiring defendants must also have actual knowledge of a tort is planned and occur the torturous scheme with knowledge of the unlawful purpose. Now, this is where they have a point. You can't prove it. You can't prove it. Now you could prove a lot through those texts, but as far as that right there, as far as groupie in that statement that Illma Gore has made about Marilyn Manson, you can't prove the conspiracy. You can't prove that the two of them got together and said, okay, all right, look, we're going to say this about Marilyn Manson, and we're going to do it. You and I are together, right? We're going to shake hands on it, right? He is a pedophile around the park, and we're going to say that together. And we know it's wrong. We shouldn't do it, but we're going to band together as a band of girls. We are feminists, and we're going to get that male dog. We're going to get him. No, that didn't happen. Oh man, this is hard. All right. Okay. In addition, knowledge of a plan must be combined with the intent to aid in the commission. The sine qua non of the conspiratorial agreement is the knowledge of the part of the allegation conspirators of its lawful objection or objective. And that right there is smudged out. This is not cool at all. Look, courts out there in California. I paid a lot of money for this right here. You should at least have proper ink. All the money you're making, you cheap. Okay, I'll leave it right there. Okay, this is the objective in the I'm not sure what that is, an intent to aid in achieving the objective. So he can't prove that. But the court does not find that the Marilyn Manson has demonstrated that Wood had concurred in Gore's allegation or alleged defamatory statement about Groupie with the knowledge that knowledge of the unlawful purpose or would intended to aid in achieving Gore's objective by making such allegations, defamatory statements. Oh man, that's a hard one. And taking a step back. Now, if you had somebody saying, okay, look, and you are hearing this information, and you have to be objective. You can't be subjective to Marilyn or for Evan Rachel Wood or Illma Gore. But they come to you saying, okay, Marilyn says, look, Illma Gore defamed me. She said that I am a pedo-like filer around the park, and she said I had underage girl in my video, and she's telling these people this, defaming me, and this is terrible. And Evan Richard Wood is like, well, I saw the video. I saw the video, and I thought it was good. I was supposed to be in it, but I had something else to do. And then Illma Gore is like, well, something McGaffey told me about this, and I did talk to Evan Rachel Wood, but I'm not quite sure if we even had that conversation. I don't recall it, but McGaffey did tell me. What is the judge supposed to do? It's terrible. It is really, really terrible. Okay, and let me see. So, based on the foregoing, the court does not find that the plaintiff has demonstrated a probable and prevailing on his claim based on the alleged defamation against Wood. So, Evan Rachel Wood, she wins that part of the motion. She wins that. Now, it goes. There's more strikes, but I'm going to save that for a later date. But I just wanted to make sure that to get this information out as far as the group is, because I have been talking about it, and as far as the FBI letter. But I'm going to do my due diligence and try my very best to track down those when the judge denied Illma's petition to bring in those judicial notice as far as those articles that was denied. So if I can find those, then we can have a better understanding of that. And I'm going to work hard to try to find that. Okay, so you have any questions at all based on what we were talking about? Anything at all you would like to add? How do you feel about it? And if you want to call in, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even give you the, please call in. My number is 202-292-7538. I should know that by heart. If you want to call in and say your piece, and what do you think? Or you can come up if you like. If you want to come up, that would be great too. And tell us how you feel about this situation right here, everything that I presented. I think, oh man, I just want to say, hey, they're guilty and that's it. But, luckily I'm not on there. I'll say guilty. They did it. Pay the man. you want to call in, please do so. If you want to come up, please do so. Question, answer. If you have, if you want to add something a little extra to this, you can. Wow, I can't believe I've been on for 50 minutes. Anyone, anyone, anyone? Okay. I take that as you all don't have any questions. I think maybe I did a good job. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. And I appreciate you all for coming and listening. Because I just hope that Evan and Illma, or Evan or Illma, have an Amber Heard moment and just say, Kate Moss, or say, FBI letter. Yeah, I did it over at my sister's house when I went to Australia. Evan Rachel Wood's son broke my iPad, and she was too cheap to buy me another one, so I borrowed one from my cousin over in what part of California? Some kind of suburb. And I used hers, and I left a broken iPad, and I gifted it to my sister because I was being a jerk. I had no idea that she would actually fix it and find all this information and take it to Marilyn Manson. I mean, goodness gracious, if I would have known that, I would have took it with me. But, okay, on that little rant. Okay, I want to thank you for stopping by. I most definitely appreciate you. Most definitely.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you did. Because whether if I'm talking about court cases, like Johnny Depp or Marilyn Manson, whether if I talk about big girls, big guys and their delusions of grandeur, of it being okay for being big and everybody gotta go according to it, or whether I'm talking about celebrity mess, Amber Heard destroyed her life. Whether, it doesn't matter what I'm talking about, but